Hi, I'm Wilhelm. We all love the sound of beautiful music. But do we know that the wrong sound can also severely harm our soul and our body? Inspired by the spiritual revelations, I will now share with you why they can be so dangerous to our soul and our health.
The essence of being, or life itself, is the seven-dimensional stream of energy that we have given many different names like God Spirit, consciousness, divine love, and many more. This stream is constantly expressing and morphing itself into infinite forms and phenomena, always changing, evolving, and expanding in universes, stars, and planets, and multitudes of life forms. In the absolute reality, our true home, this life force expresses itself in countless forms, magnificent colors, exquisite fragrances, and melodious sounds, all blending together in a majestic symphony of harmony and unity as it nourishes, serves, and supports all of creation. No wonder some call it paradise or heaven. It is the absolute reality from where we came. However, in our present temporary reality, in which we are now here on earth for a very short time, things are very different. They are not as harmonious and loving. On the contrary, we are in the realm of extreme contrasts and opposites that greatly challenge our life and our physical and mental health, and most of all, our soul, as we will see in this video, particularly in regard to sound. On one hand, we do have the enjoyable and restorative sounds of nature, like the gentle sounds of the elements, like water, earth, air and fire, and innumerable animals. In addition, we also have these splendid compositions of gifted artists reminding us of our divine nature and eternal home. These sounds are of enormous benefit to the well-being of our soul and body. They help the ethereal life force from the core of our soul flowing through our nervous system via our energy centers or chakras into all the cells and organs of our body to keep it healthy, harmonious, and vital. But unfortunately, we also have the other extremes of noises, mostly man-made, that rattles, screeches, blares, blasts, and clatters, and much more. Many of us are involuntarily exposed to this bombardment of noise day after day. But in many cases, we intentionally search out loud and noisy events, like rock concerts, sports stadiums, car races, noisy bars and restaurants, blasting earphones, and much more. We do this because most of us are totally ignorant of the extreme harm and damage these noises can do to our soul and consequently to our health. Noise is one of the most noxious pollutants, for it upsets our whole system. How so? Because it is firstly our soul that is severely harmed by loud sounds or noises. As I said, everything in creation has its own form, color, fragrance, and sound. Our spirit body also has its own unique sound, which makes it different from any other spirit being, kind of a signature sound, if you wish. And the same applies to our soul, which is the condensed form of a spirit being. For our soul, loud noise is a devastating, destructive force. It works like an electric shock on the soul, and it disrupts the flow of the ether powers. When the soul is harshly assaulted or damaged, the particles of the soul, as well as the soul itself, shrivels up, and therefore the flow of any vital life force to the organs and cells of our body is severely disrupted. The spiritual world warns us with a typical example. For instance, the noise of the exhaust pipe of a motorbike is 3 or 4 times worse than the noxious fumes that it discharges. While the fumes affect our throat and our lungs, the noise affects foremost our soul. This results in a damaging effect on the health of the soul and consequently of our body. Now let's look at how our mind and body react to acoustic attacks may it be street noise, a loud neighbor, machinery, or anything else that screeches, rumbles, honks, roars, sputters, rattles, clatters, or shrieks. Such loud noises are dangerous because we subconsciously process noise as a danger signal which triggers a flight or fight response in our sympathetic nervous system. We shock the system. So even if we manage to tune it out and sleep through it, noise works insidiously in us. It raises the blood pressure and heart rate. Now, lacking the normal flow of life force through the nervous system and energy centers can cause hormonal changes which can have far-reaching consequences like anxiety, nervousness, stress, headaches, nausea, sleep disturbances, or even insomnia, weakened immune system, sexual impotence, neurosis, and mood swings. Severe violent reactions have been attributed to the exposure to intense levels of noise. The psychological impacts of noise also include an addiction to loud music, and naturally there are the well-known dangers of hearing impairments, tinnitus, and much more. The Cherub of Divine Wisdom tells us disharmonious, loud, fiery, and rhythmic sounds are considerable pathogens. It is not seldom that they contribute to the encouragement of the most terrible disease, cancer. Just as negative thoughts, words, and disharmonious colors, disharmonious sounds and tones likewise disturb the magnetic field of your soul and build onto the structure of your fate. So next time, don't wait for your new Apple Watch to tell you that the noise level is too high. Leave immediately for your own safety and protection. The final question is there a way how we can help ourselves to return back to harmony and well-being? The Cherub of Divine Wisdom suggests soft, mellifluous, and harmonious melodies, especially those brought out by mandolins, flutes, violins, and above all harps, are almost like the heavenly music of the spheres. These melodies can contribute significantly to harmonizing a person and his soul.
There's an old quote that says, "Loud noise is the companion of chaos, while silence is the companion of peace." This video was inspired by one of my favorite books called Recognize and Hear Yourself Through the Power of the Spirit by the Cherub of Divine Wisdom, which many of you already have. The book is now available in hardcover, softcover, and as an ebook, and I will put a link to this book beneath this video. To look at my previous videos, go to my website lifeexplained.com, where they are all organized by different topics on the index page. Let's meet again in my next video, so don't forget to subscribe, and I see you soon.